Have a spine. 90-Day Fiancé's Rob Warne accuses Jasmine Pineda of man-hating amid controversial last resort tell-all behavior. Rob Warne from 90-Day, The Last Resort made new bold accusations against Jasmine Pineda, who's become his sworn enemy after the tell-all. Rob from Los Angeles was a model and aspiring actor before he joined the 90-Day Fiancé 10 cast with Sophie Sierra from the UK. Rob and Sophie got married, despite her accusing him of online cheating. They were separated for almost a year when Rob and Sophie sought couples therapy and met Jasmine at the Arizona resort. Both Rob and Jasmine had opinions about each other's failed relationships, but Rob took it too far. Etherealitmus shared a screenshot of a Threads update by Rob where he claimed that Jasmine has beef with him when they barely spoke 5 words at the resort. "I'm seeing some desperate attempts to stay in the conversation," Rob claimed, adding that hating on him was low-hanging fruit. He asked Jasmine to hold some of the girls accountable for anything and finds it funny that she thinks he made a gang of the male cast members to hate the girls when she was already in a man-hating gang. Rob claimed he is still wondering why Jasmine is after him because he never did anything to her. He insists he's only taken sides that are the most genuine, which is Gino Palazzolo in this case, while Jasmine is begging everyone to hate on Gino. Rob has been wondering why Jasmine even showed up to film The Last Resort, which was supposed to help her and Gino reconcile. As per Rob, not only Jasmine but even the rest of the women on the show have a superiority complex. Rob thinks he is hated because he stands up for anyone who is getting bullied, but that doesn't mean he is misogynistic. He has been getting praise from a certain set of viewers who seem to believe Jasmine scammed Gino into agreeing to an open marriage so she could continue her affair with boyfriend Matt Brownies. As per Rob, Jasmine getting pregnant with Matt's baby was proof enough. His comments about Jasmine having a superiority complex seem to point to her claiming Rob was a cheater when Jasmine showed infidelity towards Gino despite the successful recommitment ceremony. Rob wants to make his side of the story known because of Jasmine having built a narrative that Rob was allegedly involved in selling his adult content to men online. However, Rob seems to be arguing with himself by this point. Neither Jasmine nor the rest of the women on 90-Day, The Last Resort has addressed his claims after the recent episode. Moreover, fans have seen proof of Rob using dating apps and videos of him allegedly being mean towards Sophie, which gave him a bad reputation before Jasmine ever claimed anything about him. Rob Warne's voice, slick with exasperation, knifed through the cramped green room at Studios West like a badly tuned cello. "Have a spine, Jasmine, at least be honest that you just don't like men." Cameras were already rolling for bonus footage pickups, and a jittery PA scuttled backwards so production could capture every syllable. But Rob didn't lower the volume, he fed on the red light. His accusation, "You're a man-hater," ricocheted off cheap drywall, bounced against racks of sequined reunion gowns, and landed squarely on Jasmine Pineda's diamond-sharp posture. Jasmine didn't flinch. She'd spent her life sharpening silence into a blade more lethal than any shouted insult. A single brow climbed, a Panamanian Mona Lisa in neon stilettos, balancing rage and restraint like twin cocktails. She'd drained both many times during Last Resort, but tonight she refused another sip. She repeated, voice steady as a metronome ticking at graveside tempo. "You think calling out hypocrisy is hatred? Funny, coming from someone who melts whenever a critique approaches his fragile ego." An intern gasped, a producer mouthed, "Keep going." This, unscripted lightning, was reality TV ambrosia. Rob scoffed, brushing imaginary lint from a blazer chosen precisely to scream evolved metro masculinity. "Look at the tell-all," he said. "Every time a guy spoke, you rolled your eyes. When Ed defended Liz, you snorted. When Jovi talked boundaries, you laughed. You lectured," Jasmine corrected, smile glinting with predatory polish. "You didn't speak, you sermonized. About fidelity, about traditional roles, all while DM sliding fans who spell your name wrong. Forgive me for recognizing garden variety misogyny in an Argyle rapper." That word, misogyny, hit Rob like an icy dunk tank. He'd spent months curating an internet persona of enlightened boyfriend, citations from Brené Brown, performative therapy jargon, the Instagram charity runs. Misogynist was kryptonite to his brand. "See? Jasmine continued, stepping forward, heels clicking like a countdown. You don't want a partner. You want an audience. A murmur rippled through crew. Even the boom operator leaned in. Somewhere offset, Angela Deem's laugh exploded like a firecracker, even she knew a verbal beatdown when she heard one. Rob's mouth opened, closed, rebooted. I'm asking for respect. No, Jasmine said. You're demanding submission. That's why having a spine terrifies you. Spines let people stand tall enough to call you out. The phrase flipped, torqued, and lodged in Rob's own vertebrae. Have a spine. He'd spat it at her moments earlier, but now it rang hollow, like a loan word he couldn't conjugate. Hours later, under reunion Klieg lights, host Sean Robinson cocked an eyebrow and invited Rob to elaborate on his man-hating claim. The crowd, Studio Warne UPS primed them to clap for drama, leaned forward. Rob inhaled, rehearsed lines churning like cue cards in his skull. But Jasmine's earlier rebuke haunted him. So did the unedited footage he knew producers would relish, DM receipts, contradiction montages. He pictured the inevitable lower third, Rob, 33, spine collector. His ego screamed defend. But something heavier, fear? Nascent accountability, waited him mute. The audience smelled hesitation the way sharks scent blood. Sean pivoted, Jasmine, your reaction? Jasmine, posture poised, answered in melodic cadences that made the dolly grip forget to push. I don't hate men, she said, eyes never leaving Rob's. I hate entitlement dressed as vulnerability. I hate when strong opinions only punch downward. And I despise being told I need to shrink so someone else can feel tall. Applause detonated. Angela hooped. Big Ed winced. Yara whispered. Rob's defenses sputtered. Viewers would dissect every micro-expression on slow-motion TikToks within the hour. He could hear the think pieces already drafting themselves, weaponized wokeness, when male sensitivity masks control. Jasmine lifted a hand. Dialogue isn't healthy when one side enters convinced the other is diseased. Social media tsunamis surge fastest during commercial breaks. By segment 3, #HaveASpine trended worldwide. Some tweets skewered Rob as softboy supreme. Others hailed Jasmine as spine queen. Memes spliced Rob's face onto boneless gummies, TikTok's choreographed spine-popping dance moves to the refrain man hater who.